So, I guess, do you want to send me your side and I'll edit it all together and then send it back to you?
That works.
Edit it and then we can both upload the same first part.
Yeah, that saves me time at least.
It saves you time.
Yeah, that saves me time.
That's what it's all about, right? Saving Aaron time. That's our lives.
Saving Aaron time. Yes, that's
title of the video.
That's always the end goal.
Title of the video: Saving Aaron time. All right, so you ready?
Yep.
Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the second week of the Scrabbattle series here on my channel. This week, my opponent is going to be one of my good friends that I've made through League format, Aaron2420. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hola, it's your boy Aaron2420. I'm here. I'm ready. I got my Scrabble on.
So, for anyone who doesn't really know what's going on, which includes Aaron, basically what's going to happen is we are going to generate 7 letters. And in the next 25 minutes, we are going to be preparing 7 Pokemon, not preparing the Pokemon, but choosing which 7 Pokemon to make of our 7 letters. We're going to tell each other that, and like a league battle, we're going to then make teams knowing the opponent's Pokemon, and then be able to have a little series. They will be best of 3 series. We can choose, we have to make the sets of Pokemon in advance, but you can swap out the Pokemon for which team of 6 you're going to bring. Do you have any questions specifically, Aaron, or do you want to just get going?
I feel like it would honestly be easier to just do it. I think that would make more sense to me.
All right, so
I'm a doer.
So we both have random.org up. We both are able to generate 7 random letters right now. So I guess we should just both go do that. You ready?
All right. I'm a little nervous. I'm gonna get a cue.
All right.
I'm ready.
So it's get strings in 3, 2, 1, go.
All right. Well, I clicked it once get strings, and I actually got a really hype set of letters.
Oh God. Okay.
You kind of jinxed me.
What are your letters?
It works. So my letters are N, V, S, X, C, S, S.
Oh my God, those are good.
I'm stacked.
Dude, those are great.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
I got a V and an X.
Are you ready?
So
Are you ready for mine?
Well, I'm ready for yours.
A, Q, G, W, I, G, Q.
Oof.
I got the double Q play here.
I see you're bringing Quilladin and Quillfish.
Alright, so what's going to happen now is, I don't know if Aaron's going to record his side, but we're going to take the next 25 minutes, it will be timed, to pick which 7 Mons we want to make with these letters. So, we'll see you guys back here in a second, but we're going to take the time and make those Mons right, or pick those Mons right now.
Yup.
Okay, so basically, no matter what the matchup, X only has a few good options. I'm gonna switch over actually real quick to show down here. So if you look at X, I have Xatu or Xerneas. Xatu or Xurkitree. One of these Mons, if I picked it, Ben would kill me for picking. The other one is Xatu, so I'm gonna pick Xatu. No, I'm kidding. I'm picking Xurkitree. This is for Ben. I'm gonna name all my Mons after admins in my server. I think we have 7 Heatobros in the server. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oof, we have 8. Okay, well I won't name one after myself then, because we happen to have 7. So this one's gonna be Ben. Next up, I think I'm gonna start with the harder letters because that makes more sense. We have V next. So we have V isn't that bad, to be honest. I believe there was no megas, which is unfortunate because otherwise I'd have a mega.
All right, guys. So Aaron's got NVS, X, C, S. He's got a lot of S's. So what Pokemon start with S? Now, for those who don't know, we did ban Ubers, but it is OU and below, as many as we want of the OU and below Pokemon.
Vibrava, that's a spicy boy. Victini, I'm not A drive, but I could put him in my tags. Interesting. But I said I would name it after Heatobros.
So, for those who don't know, we banned Ubers, so don't have to worry about Xerneas showing up on his side of the field. But he does have a million S's, so we can kind of try to predict what S's he's going to go with. It really could be anything, though. There are so many Pokemon that start with S. That's the problem. He could go with a Slowbro. He could go Steelix, Skarmory, Sock, Salamence. Oh, my God. Oh, Jesus. Sylveon. Jesus. All right, so he's got options with the S. I think Q is where we're going to start. Do I want Quillfish or do I want Quagsire? Or do I want both?
The next logical step.
They do different things. They're weak to different types entirely.
Again, we could have had a nice mega camera up to right here. Unfortunate. I gotta find a mon. I think C is what I'm gonna go with for Xiaomi. I feel like there's a lot of good C options. Let's see. C. What's a mon?
I could go mono water against Aaron this week. I don't think that's gonna work for me. Gallade is an option. There are no megas allowed, so no Genesect, no Mega Gallade, but Gardevoir, I do like Gardevoir actually. I'm gonna look at that. I'm gonna write that in one of my G slots for now as a tentative thing. There's a lot of ground types. I could go Greninja, but I don't need more water types. What am I saying? So Gardevoir, Gengar is an option. Score, I don't think I need.
I could go with Conk. Conk is a Xiaomi mon, to be honest. I respect Conk.
I mean, Quilladin's.
Ooh, brilliant idea. All right, I'm changing Vulpix for our V mon. I'm gonna go with Conk. We're building Veil. So this is Xiaomi. We have this can still be Lev, to be honest. Because Lev can set up and fail. Unless we get another setup mon. So next up I think we should go to N. Let's see, what can we get in N? We can get Necrozma.
I feel like I could make Quilladin work somehow. I could run Belly Drum Quilladin.
Need a queen. There's not a lot of N's.
It's not out of the question. Pending his Pokemon. Alright, I'm gonna like lock in not lock in, but I'm gonna look into Quilladin for a second.
I feel like
that gives me either Quagsire or Quillfish in the other slot.
I feel like that's a Ramon mon. Oh wait, I can go back to Vivian for Lev. Okay, because I can go with Ninetales. I forgot I had that. I'm gonna go with Vivian Pokeball form because that's the best one in my opinion. I like Vivian Pokeball best.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I got 3 S's.
Yeah, so you're looking in the same
I think it was
spot.
just full of letters. It was really easy. I just picked out mons that made me think of my friends. So I happen to have 7 admins on my server, so I just named after them, and it just happened to work out really well.
All right, so for anyone who is curious, we are about to tell each other the 7 mons that we've picked, and then we're gonna have somewhere between 24 and 48 hours to prep a team. You prep all 7 mons,
yes.
And then we will have a best of 3. We bring 6 to the first match. We can choose to swap out which 6 they are for the second match. You can bring in the 7th mon and swap something out if you want, but the sets cannot change. So once you pick the set and gen the set, it is that for the best of 3 series. You can swap around the mons as you like, but once they're there, they're there.
Yeah.
And so, and then we play best of 3 and see who manages to do a better job of getting random letters, basically.
Yes.
So, would you like to go first, Aaron, as the guest?
All right, that makes sense. All right, so I'll give you my thought process on this. So
Sure.
Going through this, I had a vision with my team.
Wow.
I had X, which is, as we discussed earlier, it's a really impossible letter to build with. However, and this also sort of inspired the way I went with my team, I decided I had to go with Xurkitree as my X-Mon, because otherwise my friend Ben would kill me. He would actually like come to my house with a sniper and like just shoot me. So I had to go with Xurkitree. So right off the bat, I was like, okay, I'm gonna pick mons that remind me of my fellow admin team. So the next mon up, I went with V, because again, I figured it was a hard letter to build with. It was surprisingly easier than I thought, but it was still difficult nonetheless. And I picked out, I had a lot of good options. I had Volcarona, I had Venomoth, I had Venusaur, but I ultimately decided there's only one mon that truly encompasses Shadow. So I went with Vivian, because I figured Sleep Powder's pretty free with the compound eyes, and then I could just start setting up and spamming Hurricane. So I figured that was pretty clean. Next up I went with C. I don't know why I went with C. N was actually a lot harder of a letter to pick than C when I had options like Celesteela and a couple other really solid C mons, but I ultimately went with Conkeldurr, because at this point, I looked at the end list right after, and I was like, wait a second. There's no good ends. I could go with, I forget what I actually originally had on the team. I originally had, like Necrozma or something, and I was like, wait, for V, I can just go with Alolan Vulpix. And I changed it, I was like, wait a second, I'm stupid. N also has Alolan Ninetales. I'm gonna go with Alolan Ninetales as my N-Mon. Because I figured that you would just love prepping against Fail. I figured that was a great way to start off.
All right.
So then next up, I go to my first S. My first S, I went with Superior because I figured if I'm going Veil, Glare Superior, it just makes it a lot more fun to prep for.
Oh God. Okay.
So then I figured if we're going Veil, I might as well get a Belly Drum mute. And there's only one Belly Drum S-Mon that truly encompasses this team. And it truly encompasses my ICBA season, goddammit. I picked up Ramon again, my Snorlax. And then finally, I figured I have one more S pick. I really didn't need a 7th Mon, in all honesty. But I got it anyway. I got myself, I'll scroll up on my screen a little bit. Fuck. It's okay. Well, you can see in the little corner there, obviously Gold I can't, but my mouse is over on my actual screen. I picked up a load Sand Slash because I have Hail, so why not?
Oh man, you got Ninetales Sandslash.
Yeah.
You really went weather this time.
That's what happens when you get triple S.
That is what happened. Well, and the end saved you.
With the N, yeah. Yeah, I love weather. I love Veil as well. So I figured it happened to be a blessing in disguise. I thought I was gonna have trouble picking my mons. I picked it in like 7 minutes flat.
You were so fast. It was crazy. He just messaged me. He's like, "All right, I'm done." I was like, "What?"
it worked out perfectly. In all honesty, I think this was like the perfect set of letters. It's like these letters picked me. I'm proud of these letters. I'm proud of this community of letters.
All right. I mean, that is.
So
I'm happy for you. Mine was much more difficult. And the actual. So my first pick that I went with had nothing to do with my letters. It was, does he go Xatu or Xurkitree? How do I play around whether he goes Xatu or Xurkitree? Like, which one's he gonna pick? And I actually predicted you were gonna go Xurkitree. So, so my team naturally has no answers to Xurkitree. But I couldn't justify the Quillfish and Quagsire play. I just couldn't do it.
It makes sense.
Like, I wanted it, I thought about it, but I couldn't do it. So I picked Quilladin because I was like, I'm gonna take Quilladin over Quilava, and I can't do both of the other ones. So that's just like a default, like first one, we're gonna go with it. I mean, it's my belly drum user. Let's be honest.
Ooh.
It can be spike support. It can have Eviolite. Like, you know, little annoying Quilladin can exist in this space. And it's immune to your sleep powder, which is fun.
Ooh, that is true, but I don't think it's still gonna beat that Vivian.
I don't know, man. I can just run Rock Slide Quilladin with the max special defense investment. I don't even know if an Eviolite is gonna take a Hurricane, to be perfectly honest.
He won't take a Bug Buzz either. That's stab.
Oh, that's true.
Hurricane's also stab. I forgot about that.
Yeah, they're both. That's just gonna be a blast. You know what actually destroys my team is Vivian. But at that point, I was like, okay, Quillfish or Quagsire, one of them's locked up, and I is also a really limited letter, since it's really just down to Infernape or Incineroar. So I figured I'll take one Intimidator and one not Intimidator. And so I looked around at other Mons to figure out typing to see if I could kind of prep around some typing stuff. And I got to W, and there's a bunch of Mons in W. I was pretty surprised, but I was genuinely excited to say, oh, look at the speed tier that I can grab, something that's just going to be able to handle a lot of threats in the OU metagame and just whatever he decides to bring. So I actually picked up Weavile, which is going to be super fun. And as soon as I grabbed Weavile, I said, that's my dark type. I'll go Infernape. That gives me Quillfish as my Intimidator. So that actually locked in like a whole bunch of things all at once. They all kind of fell into place.
I'm really glad I went with Conk over Celesteela.
Yeah, now I'm really upset about that.
I'm really glad I went to Conk. I almost went Celesteela, and I would not have had fun versus that Weavile.
Oh, the Weavile, I would have been so happy if you had done that. Then I looked at that and I was like, okay, so I've got Quilladin, Infernape, Weavile, Quillfish. Team's looking awful physical. I mean, Infernape can be run mixed, but like awfully physically offensive. So I went to the G's and I was like, okay, there's Gallade right there. And as soon as I saw Gallade, I was like, no. Gardevoir is a much better Pokemon to pick for this. So, and I love using Gardevoir in this kind of format. So let's grab Gardevoir. And at this point I said, I've got, you know, a physically defensive Mon. I've got a lot of typings. What I'm really missing is any sort of removal. And I looked at it, I was like, is there any Mon that gets webs that he could pick up? That was the first thing I looked at, was, is there a Mon? And I was like, Slurpuff exists. I need a Defogger. Like, I don't care if he takes it. I just can't let him have that and have nothing. So I decided to grab Gliscor, which gives me something off the ground, which gives me a Mon that is, you know, a Defogger, gives me Stealth Rocks, which I was otherwise, I mean, I guess Infernape, but like otherwise sort of missing. And at this point I said, okay, everything's physically defensive. Is there anything specially defensive in the A's? Because that was my last letter at this point. And the only really specially defensive Mon, but also super fun Mon that I could pick up here was Araquanid. So ended up being very heavy on the water types and very heavy on the physical attackers, but that is my final squad: Araquanid, Quillfish, Gardevoir, Weavile, Infernape, Gliscor, and Quilladin to face off against Aaron's team.
Well,
So-
I'm really glad I picked up that Sandslash and the Conch. Those were two picks I was very iffy on, but I'm really glad looking
They
at
are going to
I
be
did them.
tough to prep for. I'm not thrilled about this. But, as you all know, you bring 6, losing game 1, not the end of the world. We'll jump right into game 2 after that. You can swap out your Mons, and then if we need to, a game 3.
It's losing game 2 that's the end of the world.
Yeah, it's the end of the world. GG. You're done. World's over. So, if you have anything else to say, Aaron, otherwise...
Not gonna lie, I'm kind of wishing I did pick up the Slurpuff over Snorlax now thinking about it. But it is what it
Slurpuff
is.
was scary.
Yeah, it was, and I completely overlooked it.
You were looking for a belly drummer, and you went
for a mon
Snorlax
that
over Slurpuff.
disappointed me before, yet Slurpuff would have also been a belly drummer.
I know, dude. You were looking for the belly drummer, and I was afraid of webs, dude. I was just like, nope, I cannot let him get webs up against this team because it's
I'm ashamed in myself.
it's dead
but
to
only
webs.
in myself. That's an L for me. I'll take it.
So anyway, this is gonna go up. I don't really know what day yet. I don't have a schedule figured out, but we'll put this up, and then a day later probably we'll do the battles and stuff. So
Yeah.
So hope you all are excited for Aaron and I to face off in this Scrabbattle. Thank you, Aaron, for being a part of the series, and I will see you guys back here tomorrow with that first round battle against Aaron when our teams are all prepped and ready to go. Anything else to say, Aaron?
Thanks to Goldoa for editing us. He's saving me time.
All right. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you guys back tomorrow. Take care, everybody.
Peace.